You know, I discussed this in
100,000
detail in my book,
polygamist
They Must Be
Muslims
Stopped,
in
which
America.
came out in 2008, along with the Islamic radical madrasas operating in the United States. And people gloss over this information, thinking, you know, I cannot believe it. It's impossible, because when we think polygamy, we think what's happening, you know, with the Mormons in Utah, or you know, this is a Mormon problem. But people do not address the Islamic issue because of political correctness, because if the left shines the light about women who are brought to this country, basically, you know, I don't want to call it a slave trade, but when a woman is forced to marry in her home country, like in Afghanistan, where the father basically sells his daughter to the husband, who pays the highest dowry for the daughter, and brings her to the United States, that Muslim is bringing her as his daughter or as his cousin or as his family members. In America, people do not want to challenge that, because then they will have to shine a light on Islam as a religion and what Islam blesses or affords the man to do. For example, you know, a man is allowed to marry up to 4 wives at a time, not in a lifetime, but at a time. A man is allowed to rape his wife, do anything to his wife, abuse her under his religion, because she is his property. The Quran says, plow into your wives as if you're plowing into your field. You know, again, nobody wants to challenge this. And I brought this issue up. You know, a lot of people tell me, it's impossible, you know, this can't be happening. And I tell them, well, how come I haven't been sued yet? I discussed this in my book in writing since 2008. If this was not, if there is no truth to it, you would expect me to be sued by the Islamic organizations who says, oh, she's lying. I discussed in the same breath the Islamic madrasas operating in the United States. Do you know that in America today, we have 230 registered Islamic madrasas operating in America, and those are the registered ones. We estimate to have between about 600 or 650 Islamic madrasas operating in the United States, teaching 50,000 Muslim American students per year.
All right, and so the positive spin on that, if I'm working for CARE, I'm saying, well, you've got Catholic schools, and you've got Christian schools, and you've got Jewish schools. These are just Muslim schools. What's the big deal?
The big deal is they are teaching them a radical Islamic version of religion. And you wonder why we have a rise in homegrown terrorism. We have a rise in homegrown terrorism, and people wonder, here's another terrorist attack. Here's another American who has been radicalized. And you have heard me say this before, Frank. We have arrested in the last couple of years over 75 homegrown terrorists, all Americans, all Muslims, either born into the Islamic faith or have converted to Islam. And we ask ourselves, how can good Americans raised in the United